What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another episode. We're always aiming. Make sure you smash that like button, drop a comment, subscribe. We finally hit 1,000 subscribers, guys. We pushing on past 1,000. So I'm hoping I can hit 2,000. I'm not sure about how long I got until I'm able to be monetized, because I know YouTube, they counted from a 365 day amount of time for where you could be monetized. Like, you got within that 365-day window to get the certain amount of views. So I'm not sure of how long until when it was set from last year until this year, how long I got. But hopefully I can get monetized this year. Not this year as in 2024, but the 365-day time frame on YouTube. But today, just want to talk about or showcase some of my setups. Been rearranging some stuff. Got a couple little projects I got going on right now. Just give you guys some updates. So I have decided to well, for beginners, I've rearranged my arsenal and kind of downsized a few things and upgraded a few things, changed some things around. So for starters, the Sneaky Weasel, I did part ways with it. I know you guys probably really love that one, but as of right now, it was my least favorite, to be honest. It was kind of my least favorite setup. Between, I had 3 AR pistols, and that one was kind of like my least favorite, to be honest with you. It was my first time building a AR-15 from scratch. It was going to be my first one being suppressed, but as you all know, I did have two of my AR pistols was 300 blackout, so I wanted to downsize because I feel like it's just not good logistics for me right now to have 300 blackouts. It's just not necessary. I just want to consolidate all my attention and my focus on just one versus having to spread myself too thin, especially with 300 blackout being as though it's more expensive. I do have a nice bit of ammo put up for it, but the fact that I consolidated it to just one, which means I have more magazines, more ammunition, and stuff like that to just feed one 300 blackout setup. So yeah, I had to part ways with that Sneaky Weasel, but I do have. It was a good reason for it. I also parted ways with my with my 5.56 full-size rifle. Now that one, I got rid of both of those because I worked out a deal with my local gun store, and I got, on top of the fact that I got some cash for everything, I got a nice bit of store credit, and they're really reasonable. They're not like a lot of, I don't know how they would treat the next person, but as far as with me and my family, they know me, they know my YouTube channel. I do a lot of business with them. Actually, mostly all of my business with them. So they don't try to like screw me over, and any other place I go to, they just try to screw you over and give you like gun buyback prices when you sell a gun or something. But if I want something in the store, or even if I wanted to order something through them, which I did, I can just work out something with them. So long story short, I parted way. Long story short, I felt some type of way when I built these 4 AR platforms, the 2 300 blackouts, the one 5.56, and my let me grab this actually. So this is the one I got left. Y'all know I got the Berry Blaster left. This is one of my favorites right here. This means more to me than the Sneaky Weasel build. This one is more expensive than the Sneaky Weasel. So long story short, when I built these rifles, right, I built all 4 of these at once. Okay, initially I was on a kind of a wave, I guess. I was just big on sneaky weasels and honey badgers and 300 blackout PDWs. I was just so fascinated by them that actually 3 of the 4 builds was going to be 300 blackout. So I backed out of my this one was supposed to be 300 blackout as well. I backed out of this one and changed this one to 556, which I'm glad I did. But so I feel some type of way. At some point, I started to feel some type of way after it was all said and done, because when I mind you, I built all of these all at once, like not like over a 6 month or a year time span. Okay, not to brag or shun anybody that takes a long time to build their rifles, because there's nothing wrong with that. But I was kind of in a rush when I was doing this. All of this was taking place during the whole Kamala thing, trying to take ARs, and so I just wanted to hurry up and get a nice arsenal built, just so I can have something already set in stone in case SHTF happened with Kamala or anything bad. But looking back on it, I started to have buyer's remorse, because when I looked at the amount of money that I spent building all these, it was somewhere around between, let me see, I'll say about 5 bands, between 5 and 6 bands. It might not be towards the higher 6 bands, like, but definitely $5-ish thousand. I can't remember. I don't feel like totaling everything up right now, but it was about, well, including everything actually, because I actually still had to build my gunsmithing workbench just to build these. So even including that, but just everything included, guys, it was well over $5,000. Actually, yeah, it's definitely approaching 6,000, possibly more than 6,000, because I didn't even remember the fact that I bought suppressors. I bought 2 suppressors as well in this whole sugar weasel wave that I had. Okay, so I felt some type of way, because once I looked at the numbers and I realized, like, damn, I mean, I love my AR builds, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like, they're builds. They're not technically like, none of them are like dream builds, so to say. They're not like necessarily a dream gun. They're just very cool AR builds that I like. And I wanted to consolidate them to the ones that means the most to me, that had the most expensive parts, that I would really, just utmost wouldn't ever want to sell them. So right now I'm left with both my AR pistols. One in 5.56, one in 300 blackout, and I feel very good about it. But it initially all started when I started to think about the fact that I could have, with that money, bought any dream gun that I wanted, damn near. Like in one session of me going to the gun store, I literally spent, this was all in one day. I think I spent like what, 1,500 or 2,000, just, yeah, I spent like 1,500 just in buying parts just in the store. The day before that, I spent like 2,500 just on more parts and suppressors and all kinds of stuff. Long story short, looking back on it, I'm like, damn, man, I could have bought, I could have bought a Scar or a real honey badger or something like that, or a goddamn staccato. But so that started to itch me in the back of the head a little bit, like, damn, like, I really could have just easily walked out with a damn Scar, like a whole fucking Scar, and still bought a suppressor for it. Or the amount of money I spent, basically, I literally could have bought probably 2 Scars, or at least 1 Scar and a Scar and a staccato, like a cheaper model staccato, or like a Scar and a Sugar Weasel, or an actual Q manufactured Sugar Weasel. So it just started to irritate me a little bit. So I decided to make my wrongs right, and parted ways with 2 of them. Now, I didn't want to do anything stupid and just get money for it and just go buy something stupid, or it still had to go towards firearms. But I parted ways with those 2 to specifically get something that I can consider my dream build. So I do have another firearm coming. I did replace my 5.56 rifle, the FDE build, and my Sneaky Weasel. I consolidated both of those into one gun, which is one of my dream guns. I'll give you a hint. probably already did, but it's a UBR, or what I like to call a UGG boot rifle. It's not too many rifles out here that has an UGG boot at the back of it. So if you can guess what I'm talking about, drop it in the comments, and that'd be cool if you can guess it right. But yeah, so I got a dream rifle coming, something that I can be proud of. It not only looks good, it satisfies that itch. It's all about itches. We all got gun addictions, and it can get really bad. So I want to be able to look at my guns and say, all of these guns, everything I have, everything I buy satisfies. If it's not exactly what I wanted, it at least fills that void. You get what I'm saying? So, like my Berry Blaster, for me, it completely fills the void of having a honey badger. Like, I have no want to have an actual, a Q honey badger or sugar weasel. That build is perfectly fine, is built top quality, and I really love how it came out, and that satisfies that urge to have that. You get what I'm saying? If you know, you know what I'm talking about. When you see a gun and you probably don't got the means to get it, but you get something close to it, that just satisfies that urge. So you're not just, just like dreaming about it every damn day, all night. And that's how I am. Like, when I find something that I want, I'll watch every video on YouTube about it. I just be so fascinated about it. And that's how I was with 300 Blackout, and kind of went crazy. So yeah, so I'll be moving some stuff around, guys, changing up some builds. I'm finishing up these two as far as the aesthetics. This right here, my dream rifle that I got, it's one of my dream rifles. I'm not gonna say it's like the ultimate dream rifle, but it's something that satisfies that itch. You know what I'm saying? And in the future, I can build on to getting more variants of it and continue my collection. But this EOTech right here, as you all know, this is my first EOTech. This is the EXPS 3-0 with the night vision. This has been on about 3 of my firearms already, because I've been trying to find a decent home for it. So this is actually coming off of here. I just put it on here as placement because I don't have nothing. At the time I didn't. So this is going on the new rifle that I have coming. I should be getting that next week. And I ordered another EOTech for this one. This is the one in 5.56. I'm thinking about changing this Magpul K2 Plus grip. It's too big. My hands are too small for it. It's really not that comfortable. I kind of want, like, the thing I have going on with these. Okay, these are like my twins. These are my AR pistol twins. Okay, these got matching braces. They got matching Aero Precision anodized receiver sets, top and bottom. They're black on whatever designated color on black. They both and I also have a Unity riser as well. I ordered for this, the same one that I have on this one. This is the Unity. I think it's the FSB Fast Riser, Fast Rab, FST RAB, something like that. It's the absolute risers. It's the one that sits a little higher. Now this was my first time getting into Unity risers, and honestly, I kind of regret getting it. I wish I would have got the smaller one. I didn't know the difference, like that this was the biggest one, and then they have one that's smaller than this one. But I don't mind it. But at the same time, keeping the whole twin thing going on, I just, even though I really did want to get the smaller one for this one, because that one did come in OD green. It's an anodized OD green, and it matched the color scheme. But I couldn't find the OD green in the absolute one. They only had it in the smaller version. So I just figured that it would make more sense to keep both of them the same. That way I'll have the same feel as far as the eye level. When I present the firearm, they'll both be raised at the same height, versus just getting something a different height Unity riser for this one, which will sit a teeny bit lower, and it still sit higher than, just with no riser at all. But yeah, so I got a new EOTech coming up. I got a new EOTech coming for this one. And the Unity riser, and these will be matching setups. And then I'll be finishing some more upgrades on these. The next thing I'm looking into is charging handles. I plan on probably putting some radian charging handles on both of them. I'm not too sure about the whole trigger things yet. I don't know how I really feel about that. If it's necessary on these. I mean, I do like. I've had a Stag Arms. That was my first AR-15. That had it's like a competition. So I've experienced having nice triggers. That one had a Geisley, and but I'm just not sure if it's like so critically advantageous or mandatory to put them on these. Like these are like 100 in close range type of builds. PDW / 100 yards, and then no more than about 150, 200 if I really want to stretch something out. But I'm also thinking about taking this Streamlight Pro Tech off of this one and putting it on my new rifle. I'm not sure, but I definitely need a light on my new rifle. So basically, I'm finishing these up, these two builds right here, and everything, all my attention is going to be moved from these because these are pretty much finished, and I'm going to be putting all my focus on my new rifle. I'm looking into getting actually, yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that one too much. So just stay tuned in, guys, because yeah, that my new rifle is going to be fucking hard. I got to get slings as well. I got to get slings for both of these. They both going to get black. All three of them are going to get Magpul slings. So as far as my handguns, I've changed some things around. So I took my 45 slide off of my 19, my MOS 45 slide right here, Gen 5, and put it on my 19X lower. Because I've come to the conclusion that I'm not too fond. Not saying I absolutely won't do it, but I don't really care too much for red dot sights on my everyday carry. Everyday carry is the one you're gonna carry the most. Nobody is gonna like try to rob you or do anything like that. 90% of the time that you're gonna need to use your firearms, obviously not all 100%, but 90% of the times you're gonna need your EDC. It's gonna be something up close and personal. Nobody's gonna try to rob you from across the street like, hey, goddamn, stay right there so I can come over there and rob you. Wait for the light to turn green so I can come across the street. Like, you get what I'm saying? They're gonna be like up close, up on you. Anything, somebody trying to fight you, pull a knife out, anything, it's gonna be up close. So a red dot sight to me is just it's no point. Yeah, you get that small window of niche amount of situations where you might have to take a slightly longer shot, but how often do you see that? You get what I'm saying? Not saying that it don't happen, but compared to the amount of self-defense shooting that's typically 3-5 yards and then stuff like that, or like literally right in front of you, red dot sight isn't gonna change it. Absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? All that matters is who gets their gun out. If both of y'all have a firearm and you get yours out before the criminals start putting shots, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be mostly muscle memory because you're not going to think about trying to. It's not nothing like shooting at the range at a paper target's not moving. So yeah, that's I guess I always wanted a 45 as well, and I was going to buy a separate 45, being as though the 19X and 45 is kind of the same, but because I was like, I didn't want to change up the 19X and how it looks. Like, it's a classic firearm. I just wanted to keep it how it's produced from Glock. But it just makes more sense to just be more smart and for me at least, this is just my opinion, to just consolidate things I have and make things make sense versus just wasting money on stuff that's not necessary. And I also remember I told you as far as my 47 that I did wanted to build another duty size, like a full size firearm, with a longer grip and an optic, stuff like that. So that's why I was gonna buy the 45. But I just decided to rock with this. Okay, it's not exactly how I imagine my next duty pistol build, but it saves me money. It got a red dot on it, a nice quality proven red dot. Now obviously this Olight is cool. It's gonna stay on there for right now, I guess. But at some point, I'm probably most likely gonna take this off and replace it with possibly I might get my first Surefire or just get another TLR1, but I'm not sure. But I can tell you now, it doesn't match anything. This Olight's version of FDE is more like a dark brown, and it just doesn't match anything. But again, some things just starting to be not that serious. Like I'm getting older, I'm getting wiser. I done spent thousands and thousands of dollars on different guns. I done owned so many different brands, FNs and this, that, third. So, I've been there and done it all. So it's like I'm just trying to be more mature with my gun buying, my habits, and just with my firearms. I want everything to make sense. You get what I'm saying? So I just consolidated everything. It's the best way I could. So I got the 45 slide on 19X. That's that. And my everyday carry, I just keep it simple, just a stock Glock, guys. Just a stock 19. So the 19X slides now on a 19 frame, which makes more sense because 19 on 19 and then 45 slide on a 19X lower, but a 19X lower is like the 45 because they're the same gun. So it's just advantageous to me. I got the night sights on here. I got a light, got my stream light on here, and this one had the nice marksman barrel that comes with the 19X, and it's just simpler. As well as holster options is more simpler. With a stock gun. Not saying like that, like I can't. I'm a cheap out on getting a holster or something like that, but if you look at the holster options, where like even if I take this light off this gun and just have just a straight 19 holsters, like you can get a nice holster with a sidecar, a wing on it, a belt wing, like all kinds of stuff for much cheaper than as if you were to get the holster option. They got the light, a red dot, and all that. Cause I've seen the different price options when I was looking for a holster for this. I did finally get one, but I gotta buy another holster now because the holster I have for this, it sucks balls, and yeah, I don't like it. I only like holsters that have wings on them, so I can tuck that thing in good. But yeah, this is my new EDC setup right here, the Glock 19, Gen 5, 19X slide, Gen 4. Thinking about cutting these finger grooves off. I'm not too big on. I mean, it really don't matter to me. Like, I love Glocks. I'll get any generation other than Gen 1 and 2, and I've had a Gen 2. Actually, I think my first Glock was a Gen 2.5, that old 45 I had. I mean, that old Glock 21. But, yeah. I'm thinking about cutting the finger grooves off this because I want to put goon tape. Whether goon tape or Thailand grips, I usually always do that on my Glocks. With these new Glocks I have, like all my old ones, I had Thailand grips on all of them, but on these new ones, I haven't got into it yet. But I would kind of have no choice but to put Thailand grips on this one because of the finger grooves. The tape isn't going to seat right with goon tape with the grooves, so I'll have to shave them off. And plus, it just feels better. Like, these Gen 5s feel much better in my hand. The 19, the finger grooves on the Gen 3, Gen 4 feels good, but I definitely like the Gen 5s better. However, like I said, it's not necessarily a bad thing because I have small hands, so the finger grooves do actually fit my fingers, but I still think the 5 is just smoother. I think they even shorten the width in some areas on the 5s, but that's about it, guys. So yeah, so stay tuned in. Like I said, I got a dream. I got a new rifle, my dream build, one of my dream builds. It's not the exact actual firearm itself that I want, but it's a UBR. It's a variant of the gun, and it completely satisfies the urge. Even if in the future next year, because this year's over, when I do buy the actual gun that I want, I'll still have that, and then I'll have more to my collection. So right now I'm moving on. I'm finishing up all of these builds. The 5.56 AR pistol, the green one, my purple berry blaster. These are pretty much done. Ready to start training and get them going, get them things running. The pistol setups is pretty much done. So right now, future videos and future stuff that I'm looking into is, getting into my new rifle, my UGG boot rifle that I'm getting. Hopefully that should be coming in sometime this week. Wait, today's Monday, so it probably not gonna be this week because I ordered it like Saturday or Friday or something like that. But definitely by next week. Also, at any time, my suppressors should be about ready to come home. They've been in one of them been in jail for going on past a month now. I'm not necessarily too impatient though, but I emailed the ATF, not the ATF. I emailed the federal government to see what's taking, because what takes your suppressor so long is the background check. The ATF, they'll submit it, they'll let you take it home quick. Like, they're waiting on permission from the federal government as far as your background check. Once they get that email from the federal government that your background check's approved, they're not holding your suppressor at any point. That's the only thing that's waiting on. So I emailed them to see what's going on with my damn background check, and they just said, just be patient. Basically, we're gonna message the ATF whenever it's ready. But yeah, so I got my new rifle building, getting accessories on that one. I'll talk more about that when I get it. As far as pistols, pretty much everything is looking into next year. For the rest of this year, I'm just finishing up little accessories here and there. I'm not really. There is one more gun, a shotgun, because I've been wanting to get a shotgun for a while. It's one more shotgun, one more firearm that I want to get before this year's over. It's a shotgun that don't cost that much, and it also is like it fulfills that void, just that itch that I have for something, and it's another UBR, but it's a shotgun. And I just can't wait because I got a new wave going, but I don't want to get too much into it. I don't want to spoil it, but like I said, you seen my whole little Barry Badger / Noveski little wave. That's done. I don't really care nothing about having a bunch of 300 blackouts. In the future, I probably do want to build another one. Just to pretty much I'm gonna remake the Sneaky Weasel. I might do it even better than when I did before the first one, or I might just not even, theme it to be like a Sneaky Weasel, a Sugar Weasel clone this time. It might just be an actual 300 blackout, but just different color schemes, and it'll be much better than the Sneaky Weasel. Because that actually was my cheapest build as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button, please. Let's get in the algorithms. Drop some comments. Let me know what you think about the setups, about the everyday carry setups, and yeah, just stay tuned, guys. So until the next video, peace.